You know that moment when you're practicing something you actually care about, and the slower you go, the more stupid you feel? Your fingers fumble on the guitar, your voice cracks on the sentence you rehearsed, you have to read the same line of code 3 times, and that voice in your head whispers, if you were actually good, this would be fast by now. And so you do what everyone does. You speed up. You run the riff at full speed and hope it cleans itself up. You skim the presentation faster so you can get through it one more time. You play 10 fast, sloppy games of chess instead of one slow, painful one. Because speed feels like proof. Speed feels like progress. But here's the lie that is stealing years from you. Fast practice does not create fast performance. Fast practice creates a permanent record of your mistakes. Every time you rush through it and mess it up slightly, you are not failing to learn. You are learning perfectly. You're learning to be slightly wrong very quickly. Think about it. Your brain doesn't have a filter for oops. Didn't mean that. It just records what you just did. So when you practice fast and sloppy, you're literally rehearsing the fumble. And then you wonder why under pressure, the fumble is exactly what shows up. So what is actually happening under the hood? Imagine your brain as an old house with all the wiring exposed. Right now, the wire for that skill you want, that solo, that free throw, that calm answer in a tough conversation, it's bare copper, live but bare. Every time a signal runs through it, it sparks, it jumps, it bleeds out into the walls. When you go slow and get it perfectly right, even once, you climb up into that attic and you wrap that bare wire with one thin layer of electrical tape. Just one. Then you run the signal again, slow and perfect, and you wrap it again. Another layer. Again. Another layer. That wrapping is everything. There is a fatty sheath in your brain, myelin, that literally grows around the circuit each time you fire it cleanly. And that sheath is insulation. It stops the spark from leaking. It makes the signal travel up to 300 times faster without you trying to push harder. This is why slow makes you fast. You are not practicing the movement. You are insulating the wire. And insulation only sticks when the signal is clean. Run a messy, rushed signal through a bare wire and don't add tape. You just scorch the wall. That's why an hour of frantic reps can do less than 5 minutes of absurdly slow, perfect ones. You can see this everywhere once you know to look for it. Take the kid learning to type. The one who stares at the screen and forces himself to hit 80 words per minute on day 2. He looks fast. But watch his hands. He has to look down, he backspaces every 4th word, his shoulders are up to his ears. Now watch the kid who was forced by her teacher to type at 20 words per minute and not look. Ever. It's agonizing. It's boring. For weeks she wants to quit. On day 8, something clicks. Her fingers know where to go without her. She doesn't get faster by trying to go faster. She gets faster because her wires are fully taped and the signal doesn't leak anymore. Or think about how elite musicians actually practice. They have a room that is dead silent. They take 4 notes, just 4, and they play those 4 notes so slowly you wouldn't recognize the song. They listen for the tiny buzz, the slight rush. They fix the buzz. Then they play those same 4 notes again. To anyone walking by, they sound terrible. They sound like a beginner. But after 20 minutes, those 4 notes are sealed. They are locked. When they finally play at full tempo, it sounds effortless. It wasn't magic. It was insulation. Or take something that has nothing to do with music. You get defensive in arguments. You always think of the perfect calm response 3 hours later. If you try to fix that by having more fast arguments, you just get better at being defensive quickly. But if you sit alone and rehearse out loud in a ridiculously slow voice, what you would say if someone criticized you, word for word, pause for pause, you feel silly. It's too slow, but you are taping that wire. So next time, when your heart rate spikes, the signal doesn't jump to the old panicked circuit. It rides the insulated one. It stays clean even under heat. That's the code. So here's exactly how you use it this week. Pick one thing. One tiny piece, not the whole thing. Not the whole song, not the whole speech. The 8 seconds you always mess up. First, slow it down to a speed that feels insulting. If normal speed is 100%, go to 40%. So slow that you cannot possibly mess it up. So slow that it feels like you are wasting time. Good. That feeling means you're doing it right. Second, make it perfect on purpose before you start. Close your eyes for 2 seconds and picture the exact version you want. Hear it. See your hands doing it. Feel the last note landing clean. You are priming the wire so the signal knows where to go. Third, execute it once, at that insulting speed, with zero tension. No holding your breath, no clenching your jaw. If you feel tension, you're going too fast. The rule is, speed is allowed to be ugly, but slow has to be beautiful. If you make even one tiny error, a buzz, a fumble, you stop. You don't power through, you reset completely. You go back to the picture. Fourth, you do it 3 times in a row perfectly, not 10. 3. If you mess up on rep 3, the count goes back to 0. Once you get 3 clean ones, you walk away. Or you bump the speed by a tiny notch, like 5%, and start again. Most people try to get 50 messy reps in. You are trying to get 3 sacred ones. Do this for 10 minutes a day. That's it. 10 minutes of taping the wire will beat 2 hours of scorching the wall. And here's the part nobody tells you. The reason this feels so bad, so embarrassing, so slow is not a bug. It's the signal that it's working. Your brain hates inefficiency. When you force it to go slow and perfect, it gets uncomfortable and it literally screams to speed up to save energy. That itch to rush, that boredom, that voice saying this is pointless, that is not you being lazy. That is the old, leaky circuit trying to stay in charge. So when you feel that itch, you don't fight it. You notice it and you think, oh good, the house is noticing I'm rewiring it. And there is one more layer. The insulation you build slowly does not just make you fast, it makes you calm. Because a fully wrapped wire doesn't care if the house is on fire. The signal still gets through. That's why the person who practiced at 40% is the one who is suddenly flawless when it counts. Not because they tried harder under pressure, because their signal doesn't need effort anymore. It just rides. So tonight, when you go back to that thing you care about and that voice says, if you were actually good, this would be fast by now, you will know what to answer. You will say, no. If I were actually good, I would be willing to be this slow. You climb back into the attic, you find that one bare copper wire, and you wrap it, one perfect layer at a time. Because you are not trying to move faster. You are trying to become so well insulated that speed has no choice but to follow you.